Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Now you've seen the title of this video, yes, bleaching, and goodness knows that can create anxiety for some people, and this video is full of top tips to help you along the way. Or maybe you do loads of bleaching and you would just like to see my processes. Whether you're creating the perfect canvas for direct dyes or you're going icy, keep on watching. Let's start at the beginning with something I feel is super important, whether you're lightening clients' hair or your own hair at home, and that is the products that you use. From bleaches themselves to products that add strength to the hair, it's so important that you understand how these products work and how you can get the best from them. I understand that it's always enticing to get something on a discount or to try new things, but with global bleaching, you must understand what you can do with a product to get the best results. Hold on a minute, it's time to talk ratios. Let's pause the video here so I have your full attention. If you take just one thing away from this video and make it your own, I would love it if it's this. It's the ratio of lightener to peroxide that makes the bleach powerful. It's not the level of peroxide itself. So for example, a 1-to-1 ratio of bleach to your chosen peroxide strength is always going to be the most powerful mix. A 1-to-2 ratio would be my go-to, depending on the brand of lightener that I'm using, and I would never apply a mix that was over 20 volume to the scalp, remembering again that 20 volume will give you the same lift as 30 volume, it will just take longer for it to do the lifting. Now let's have a visual example of how ratios can make you work smarter. Here in my bowl, I have 1 part lightener powder and 4 parts 20 volume peroxide. The 20 volume has diluted down the lightener, making it more gentle. This is my go-to for cleansing the ends of direct dye or for helping to get rid of buildup of toner or perhaps purple shampoo. As always, you should be really careful when you're using anything on pre-lightened hair, so I would stay with it until it's lifted. So whilst there is a playlist here on my channel that contains all of my global bleaching full process tutorials that include application techniques, you can never have enough top tips. So here are some of my top tips. Now that is a serious regrowth, but don't worry, I gatekeep nothing and I am going to share with you exactly how I would deal with it. First up, if it's an application that is a little bit longer, I would start it away from the scalp. That's right, you heard it, about 1/2 inch away from the scalp. The scalp is going to lift quicker, so you obviously want to lift the rest of the hair first. You want to be as precise as you can with your application. Here I split the head into 4 quadrants. That's my go-to method. And I always start at the back of the head because I find this lifts slower. You apply the back 2 quadrants first and then, oh, it's the waggy finger. And then you would go in to your front 2 sections. From teaching classes in person and social media, I know that sometimes the overwhelming factor in global bleaching can be that long regrowth. But foil is your friend. Oh, yes, she is. And sometimes the process is going to look scary. Even though you started off by applying to that longer regrowth away from the scalp, it can be tricky to get rid of that heat band when you're using a bleach and peroxide mix at a lower volume. But it's simple. All you do is apply a tiny strip of foil over where the heat band would be, and sometimes I even use an extra layer of cling film, and this uses body heat to make the product again work smarter for you and get you the lift that you require. Another super important point to make here is that I only ever use body heat when global bleaching. I never apply heat from an outside source. What this would do is it would accelerate the lightener very quickly, and anything that accelerates and creates energy within the hair very quickly is very damaging. And controversial yet bold, I like to do my global lightening in one process. I would never rinse all of the lightener off and go in again. I would much rather use a mix that's a lower volume and process for longer, sometimes over the manufacturer's guidelines. But I know the product really well, as I've said before, and I also know the hair very well too. Of course, once the lightener is ready, I like to rinse in sections. Sometimes I will just take 1 quadrant off, which is why I use that 4 quadrant technique. Let's fit one more tip in, and this is a big one. Please don't attempt any global bleaching services unless you have the time. And if you're a professional and you're seeing clients and giving them these services, of course, time is money and therefore you must charge accordingly and make sure you charge for all of the products that you've used. With time and knowledge, you can get some great results from global bleaching, whether you're going for an icy pastel blonde or a vivid colour melt. And I hope this video has helped to take away some of the anxiety for some of you. As always, if you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a like, make sure you subscribe, and you need to hit the bell to turn on your notifications. I have a strict policy on here. You comment, I will reply, oh yes, to everybody. And there are loads of tutorials here on my YouTube, so go and check those out. And I have an Instagram that is full of my hair day to day that's on screen now. You all take lots of care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.